Okay, 7 o'clock. Everybody, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. We are going to hear tonight from town buildings, town buildings, town utilities, public works, and revenues. Okay. So, with that, I will introduce the board. Down on my left, everybody's right. It's Quinn, we have Andy, Bev, and then next to me on my right, to our left, Betty Ann, Kristen, Mary. Yes. Tracy's over on our alternate table, and Robin is as well. I'm Richard Demko. Sorry, it's just been one of those weeks. So with that, we will open up our first public comment. Public comment going once. Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. Okay, first public comment is closed. So with that, we'll move on to item number 4, and we will hear first from town buildings.
Good evening, everybody. Tim Connors, Facilities Director, Town of Seymour and Board of Ed. You have our budget in front of you. I'll go over a couple of the highlighted items that I see. The increases. The first 2 are contractual for the Director of Operations and Manager Operations. The third one, which has the biggest increase to 105% increase, is for my salary because half of it's supposed to be paid by the Board of Ed.
Hang on for 1 second. Do you have an additional copy of this? Because my tab 19 is blank.
Mine as well.
We need a few.
I'm done.
Then no money for you.
Exactly.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah, I
You got something in 19?
I've got 19.
Wow, how'd you guys get lucky like that?
They handed this,
My book
I
was
think you
okay.
gave this to us last week as a new add-in.
Thank you.
Right, last week. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll share this then for now.
All right, I'm sharing her stuff. And Mary needs it.
Yeah,
Oh, you got
was a
that
new
too.
add-in.
Okay, so here, you share with Mary.
Yep, you share with
We'll share
Mary,
over
I'll
here.
share with Demko.
Um,
She'll bring
Yes,
down
I will.
copies.
You guys have, okay, perfect.
I have
So
right
if you-
Okay, all right. All right, continue.
Yeah, so that 105% is my salary, which Board of Ed is supposed to pay for half, but we budgeted in here, but I think you guys are working on that to cover, so it should be just a basic 2.5% increase. Scroll down to the next one. Overtime, we increased it by 50%, which is 5,000, and 5,000 is for special events. The special events are the roller skating, the movie theater, all the extracurricular activities that Emery's been putting forth. Scroll down a little further. Repairs and maintenance. We have it for the police department, the town buildings, fire department, all of them. It's a total of 8 buildings that we have total. Every year, costs go up. Again, it's a minimal budget we're working with for our town buildings, for 8 buildings to cover costs. It's not a huge increase. I mean, I could spend as much money as you could give me every day on certain buildings, but we try to keep it to a minimum and just, again, patch and repair as we could, and just keep it going. So then you scroll down to electricity. Tony and I worked on that. The basic is they're calling for anywhere between a 20 and 30% increase, like they do every year. The public benefit charge was supposed to be phased out. They still haven't done it yet, so we're still waiting on that. So we reduced a few items, we increased a couple, but overall, with the when you look at the full utility line item, it's a 5% increase. But we just juggled a lot of it around, just trying to reduce what we could. Like you can see a big reduction in the electricity for the Oxford site. New lights were put in there, so it reduces it because it's a small site. There's not much there. Another one is the fire department. We reduced it by 17.87%. We put new heat pumps in, so that actually we had savings for our electrical. Electricity for parks, we increased it because it was low from previous, and plus we added more cameras, the lighting upgrades, so we're going to see an increase there also. And the library, extended hours, I know they're looking for Mondays also to start to be open. So again, the day open is more electricity we're gonna be using inside the buildings. And that, pretty much for the town buildings utilities, it brings us down to a 5.09% increase. Does anybody have any questions? I know it's quick, but it's a basic,
Okay,
small budget.
we'll go down the line. Quinn?
Yeah, I got a few. So, all right, let's start at the top. Director of Operations and Manager of Directors, or Manager of Operations. What is that? Like,
Director of Operations is Tony,
okay.
and D is Manager of Operations.
He is Manager of Operations.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and just out of curiosity, has that always come out of buildings budget
It's always
line
been
items?
listed
Those
as that.
two
Yeah, those
salary
two,
positions.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always been listed under there.
Okay. And then Tim, how many do you have on your staff?
There is 3 full-time, 1 part-time.
3 full-time and 1. Contracted services, any preventative maintenance along with any of those contracted services for the
Yes.
buildings?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's filter changes, belt changes,
gotcha.
that's included in there.
Is in that particular line item, because I know there's, like you said it yourself, there's always room for improvement in some of the buildings. Like, is that enough?
I mean, it's enough for the contract. We any other major repairs or any repairs that we do, it comes out of repairs and maintenance.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
Okay,
I mean,
all
we
right.
could always use more in repairs and maintenance. It's just, the contract services will do the basic, preventive maintenance under that contract, but then anything else further, any pumps or anything else goes like that. we gotta
Gotcha.
repair.
Okay, and then moving down into some of the electricity, solar. How is solar helping us out with any of the town buildings? I know we
Nothing.
do
We have
have.
nothing for solar.
We don't have any solar around town that's
No.
contributing to anything yet.
No, I know that's a project I think we're starting to work on.
Just one you guys have been talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought there was more solar
I
around
thought it
town.
was-
I thought there was
Just
I
at
thought
the
we had
schools.
something.
It's just
Okay.
at the schools.
Okay, cool. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right.
Andy?
Couple of questions. From a staffing standpoint, you also work on the schools, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
do you have a separate staff at the schools? and
Correct, total separate.
Total separate?
I got 15 on the school side,
Okay.
and 4 for the town.
And for the town, you guys are adequately staffed?
I think,
Are you over, under, just right?
no, I think we're right, because again, when I first came in, we had it was a little more staffed, and we fine-tuned it. I think we're good where we stand.
And you said in the repairs and maintenance, if you had a lot more money to spend, is there anything buried in there that might be, that's kind of draining from the repairs and maintenance, that maybe it should be capital? Is there any upgrades that should be made there that might save us money in the long term, or any projects that are on your wish list that?
I mean, there is stuff in the capital plan for upgrades, say community center boiler, stuff like that. That's
Right.
in the capital plan, and which, it's down the road, if that's something that we could take care of boiler-wise, again, our fuel cost alone down at the community center is astronomical. I mean, it's just that, everybody's seen it, the thing's a monster. When that kicks on, you can watch the oil go into it. So it's again, but it's an old steam trap building, there's no quick fix. It's either be a total upgrade, or just keep milking it along like we're doing.
A random question, I know we've been working on Bungay. What's the heating situation there with that boiler? Like, is that?
At Bungay School now,
Yeah,
that's a gas.
it's gas,
Yeah.
okay. And when was that upgraded?
That was 2018.
2018?
Yeah, through that solar project, we changed those
You
boilers.
did, okay. I think, last question, if somebody came back and said, hey, you gotta be flat or down,
Yeah.
like, where would you go first?
I mean, it would probably be, I hate to say it, repairs and maintenance. Cut it back, because again, it's not it's not a wish list. It's just in case. And the problem is, if something goes, I mean, I could cut it down to 0, but
Right.
if something breaks, we have to fix it. So it's where we come back to you later on asking for the same amount that we tried to budget for anyways.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
Bev?
I have no questions, they've been answered, thank you.
Betty Ann?
Same thing, no questions, they've been answered.
Kristen?
Same, mine were answered.
Mary?
My questions were answered, thank you.
Thank you.
Tracy? Robin? Okay.
That's why they're sitting on
I don't have any further questions either.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next up, town utilities. So that was, we already went over that, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's separate on my schedule here, so, Public Works, Frank, you're up.
What tab are we at?
Okay, so that would be 16, I believe. 14, tab 14. Here we go. Perfect. Okay.
So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Frank Abenelli, Director of Public Works. Do you want to do the parks first, or do you want to do the Public Works, Rich? Parks is pretty simple.
Yeah, do parks. Let's get it out of the way, since that's the smaller one.
Down at the bottom?
So, parks. That's right, because you guys merged somewhat. So that's tab 12.
So,
Okay, hold please.
let me know when you're ready.
I thought they were together.
We separated that
Yep.
a bit ago. Okay. Is everybody good? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so line 350 is education, seminars, and training. I'm requesting an increase from 400 to 1200. It's an $800 increase. Line item 430, repairs and maintenance. I'm requesting from 30,000 to 33,000. It's a $3,000 increase. Line item 610, general supplies. 21,300 to 23,000, $1,700 increase, and that's, I tried to keep it as flat as we could, and those are the only increases we're asking for the parks.
All right. So my first question, education seminars and training. Just out of curiosity, what does that usually entail for the, you're asking for an increase there, so what do you guys got on
We
tap
send guys
for
up
that?
to UConn for turf.
Okay.
Turf classes and stuff like that. So 400 doesn't really get you much, so we always go over on that. So
Okay.
that's pretty much the only reason.
Gotcha. All right, so that's my only question, so we'll go down the line here. Quinn?
I don't have any questions, thanks.
Andy?
How bare bones is this? Like, if you had your wish list, I mean, we're just getting by, like, it's very bare bones.
Oh, it's scraping.
All right.
I'll be honest, I can answer that question for both of these budgets. I came in with the most conservative budget I could. I think you're gonna see that, it's pretty conservative for what we do and what we're maintaining. We were asked to come in pretty flat, but it's, my big things we'll get into in a minute, but, yeah, I don't mean to sound pompous or anything, but most of the people that have been here know that I try to keep it as conservative as possible.
Yep. That was my big question. I guess we'll get into it.
Sure.
Bev?
I just had one question. They had talked about putting the parks into the Public Works and getting rid of this parks budget. Is there any talk about that? No?
That didn't happen, no.
That didn't happen?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Betty Ann?
Same question, no other questions, thank you.
Kristen?
All set.
Mary?
My questions were answered, thank you.
Robin?
Frank, what do you buy for clothing?
For the parks,
Yes.
nothing. The guys are provided a clothing allowance. Typically, it's the Public Works crew that takes care of the parks too. So we do provide any PPE like vests, gloves, hearing protection, eye protection. But as far as clothing, they have to provide their own.
Okay.
They are given a clothing allowance though.
Tracy? Okay. All right, thank you. Now we'll transition into Public Works, which is
Do you guys
back on
have
tab
the-
14.
I have a detailed outline I'm going to follow. Do you guys have it?
No.
Would you like a copy?
Love a copy. Look, he's already got them.
Oh, yeah, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
Right, we do
Maybe
have
you
these.
do, maybe you
It's
do,
just,
we have
eas-
it.
it's just
Okay.
easier for me to go through it quicker.
Okay, yep.
Is this the one?
See it here.
Do you need one?
So it's tab 14,
That's right.
In the
Do you-
back
do
of
you
tab
have it?
14. Yes, this. So it looks like this.
Oh, there's the outline.
Okay.
I'll take one.
Go on.
Sure, I'll find it as soon as I have a new one. Yeah. Oh, boy, here we go.
Okay. Go for it.
So with regards to wages, these percentages were calculated from the collective bargaining agreements. The formula was based on a 53-week pay period. And under the mechanic's salary line item, there's an extra $6,000 built in to cover the cost of additional certifications. When they hired the new mechanic, they offered him monetary stipends for every additional certification he would get. So that's the number if he totals all his certifications. He's pretty close to getting them all too, so. Next line item would be regular overtime account. In planning for the upcoming year, our department is finding that we're having to come in for overtime for things that just can't be done during the normal workday. Some examples are striping of parking lots, striping of streets, for instance in front of town hall, striping the community center parking lot, which consistently has cars during the regular workday, setting up and taking down of the bandstand, which should not be left out in the weather. There are a few, these are just a few of the examples. I'm requesting account 103 for consideration of an increase of $7,500 from the current $30,000 to $37,500.
130.
130? No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 130 overtime.
Uh, yeah. Is that regular overtime, Quinn?
Yeah, no, I was just,
Yeah.
you had said 103, that's why I was
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
clarifying, that's all.
Do you guys want me to just go through them if you have any questions, or you want to stop me if you have a question?
Yeah, we'll save the questions for later.
Okay. The next one would be winter accounts, which is salt, plow blades, chains. I'm planning for the winter season with great consideration to the public safety. It is extremely important for our department to always have an adequate supply of magic salt to combat the upcoming snow and ice events we typically see here in the Northeast. This is based on a formula of a 5-year average, or a 4-year average this time. So, line item 422, snow plowing materials, I'm asking consideration for an increase of $60,000 from the current $90,000 to $161,022. Snow plowing overtime, also with consideration to a 4-year average, I'm requesting line item 131, snow plowing overtime, consideration of an increase of $37,000 from the current $35,000 to a total of $72,000.
Jesus.
Repairs and maintenance. To safely maintain our fleet, I'm requesting line item 430, consideration for an increase of $20,000 from the current $80,000 to $100,000. This request would put us back to the previous year's budget. We are already over this year.
Already?
By quite on repairs and maintenance. We're almost at 100,000 now. We just had, I mean, it's been a tough winter, but we just had several. We lost a rear end in a truck. It was $4,100. We lost 2 turbos. We lost a PTO. We lost a pump. That was $7,200. We're maintaining 8 large trucks and 9 small trucks, 2 pickup trucks, 3 backhoes, 2 loaders, bucket truck, quite a bit of equipment. And so, general supplies, catch basins. This is for the annual catch basin cleaning required by the state of Connecticut. I was told there was going to be an increase this year by the vendor that performs the cleaning for us. So I'm asking for a $2,000 increase on line item 600 from $18,000 to $20,000. clothing allowance. I'm requesting line item 615 clothing be increased from 10,500 to 13,500, and this is due to the new contract that Public Works employees just signed with the town, their new collective bargaining agreement. I asked to have a new line put in for OSHA compliance and Foley drug testing program. I'm asking for consideration of $3,500 to have the Public Works Department through a private company be brought up to OSHA compliance, along with our transfer station and our Parks Department building. Both of they would both be online and in book form. Also under this line item, I'm asking for Foley drug testing and driver's license through HR. He has to implement this, and he thought it would be best to just come out of my budget since it's my department. So I'm asking consideration for $7,000 for this line, and that's to have all our federally mandated drug and alcohol testing, and to make sure everyone is up to par with their driver's license. New line item for mechanics uniforms and rags and rugs. I asked to have this line separated. It was in a different line item, and we had a budgetary issue every year. I would come up short. So I asked to just have it separated so that we have a contract with the company, and if we have it right in that line item, I just think it's much easier for everyone to follow. I apologize, I did not put the number in there. It's already in the budget in the clothing allowance. It's just being separated and moved to that one line item. Annual 5,500 truck purchase with consideration to make an effort to ensure that we get the most value out of our investments and continually upgrade our fleet. I'm asking consideration for $130,000 for the annual 5,500 truck purchase. By doing this, our hope is to keep maintenance costs down by trading in the trucks every 5 to 7 years. This will keep the trucks under warranty, which will keep the maintenance costs down. Highway materials. With the rising costs of materials such as pipe, stone, catch basins, road signs, road paint, coal patch, etc., and having to stock an adequate supply of guardrail posts, etc., I'm requesting an increase in line 600 highway materials of $25,000 from the current $50,000 to total at $75,000. Pothole repairs. With consideration pothole repairs, I'm asking for line item 651, consideration to be increased by $5,000 from the current $10,000 to $15,000. Transfer station overtime. Line 130. I'm asking for consideration to be increased $4,000 from the current $14,000 to $18,000 when we have to fill a position when the normal operator is off on a Saturday or a holiday. And IWS garbage service is still running. We have to have someone there to maintain the scale and weigh the trucks, so we have to be open. These situations usually are double time or holidays, unfortunately. Repairs and maintenance for the transfer station. With consideration to continue to upgrade and maintain a transfer station facility, we have yearly licensing fees that we have to pay for the scale software that are reoccurring, and we need to do some electrical upgrades on the scale, from the scale to the operator station, that have to be done this year. I am requesting an increase in line 430 from $15,000 to $20,000. Utility service collection of refuse. This is contracted garbage, and that's based on the contract with IWS, and that's a 3.5% increase. We'll bring it from $999,287 to $1,034,262. Purchase service garbage disposal. That's Real World, or what used to be Covanta. line item 425, I'm requesting be increased from 600,400 to 640,000. This formula was used to calculate, the formula used to calculate this was $80 a ton times an estimated 800 tons. And that's the budget. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry, 8,000 tons. $80 times 8,000.
8,000, thank you.
So it should be more
I
than that.
thought I ran out of fingers.
Sorry.
Or sake.
I did include in the packet for you guys too, a couple of spreadsheets that list up to before the blizzard, what it costs us per storm, and some of the callbacks and stuff, so you get an idea of why I'm asking for increase in salt and increase in overtime.
Let's see, I don't have that.
Yeah, I don't think we have that.
Just a minute. That is part of the narrative. Look at him. Thank you, Jason. I mean, thank you.
You'll see it, but it's in there.
Oh, it's
I
sort of that.
think I got mine
Thank
in
you.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Okay, we didn't have that.
Yeah, I'll take
So we
it.
got this, but
We didn't get
I've got
this.
it. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
okay, here we go. Yes.
10, 11. Starts at 1.
What a winter, huh?
Yeah, getting a little cloudy.
Makes my burst pipe look like nothing right now.
It's been a long one.
So far this winter, it has cost us $301,398.
Probably not totally accurate, Rich, because it doesn't include the blizzard.
Does it? Okay. Oh, really?
It's up to the blizzard.
Up to the blizzard.
Thank you. I'm a blizzard.
Woo. Okay.
And we're just talking salt here?
That's salt and overtime. It should be broken down right there.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
sad.
And just one other thing that I noticed here too, that hazardous waste went up. Hazardous waste removal.
A lot.
Hazardous waste.
Yeah. Under waste collection. 412.
Yes. I apologize.
A
That's
lot.
due to an increase in the household hazardous waste.
Okay.
They're having an increase this year. And that's for when we do our I think it's quarterly, it'll be like at different towns. It could be in Beacon Falls, it could be in Oxford, Trumbull. And town residents are allowed to take their stuff there.
Mhm.
And we have to pay for whatever our residents bring in. Paints, household products. So they raise their rates.
Okay.
That's through the COG.
Oh, that's through COG. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It must be hurt, my Frank. Every storm has been on double time, it looks like.
Yeah, double time or a holiday.
Or midnight.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start at this end of the table this time. Mary, do you have any questions for Frank?
I guess I'm just curious about if there was some area that you would cut out if we couldn't meet the budget, what would you pick? I know it's a tough one. Or you could cut back on.
I mean, I'm asking for more in highway materials. I've been here 27 plus years now. It's never been raised, to my knowledge, from the 50,000. We get by, but we're always like, we're just not doing things that we should be doing because there's no funding. If I had to cut it, I would probably cut it there.
Uh-huh.
I'd cut it, you know, if you had to leave it at the 50, you have to leave it at the 50, but, salt, overtime, repairs and maintenance are huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. And it just, everything is so expensive now.
Yes.
Parts, oil, we have to get oil, for the trucks. Just the oil to change the engine oil in the trucks is $6,200 for a 300-gallon tote of oil. So that typically will last us 2 seasons. But it's a big, right off the rip. The trucks run DEF, diesel particulate. We go through 2 totes a year, a couple $1,000. When you're plowing, it sucks it up. It's just,
And oil prices have already gone up this week, so
yeah,
More.
we're gonna go more.
yeah. Yeah, that's always volatile. You never know what what it's gonna be.
It'll get down.
But just in that snow line item also, I know a lot of people don't understand it. They think just salt, plow blades, plow bolts, snow chains come out of that, and we were in fairly decent shape this year. I didn't have to buy a ton of blades. Cost us $11,000 for blades. So now this year we had a pretty rough winter. It'll be more next year. So,
And did an excellent job.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're
Appreciate it.
one guy to a truck. We're not overstaffed by no means. If somebody's sick or out, somebody's got to double up, or I gotta go.
Yeah, you or Sean's going out.
I was out all night last Thursday running the loader, cleaning downtown. I mean, I jump in with the guys. They're good. We pull together. We even had a special guest ride with us.
I heard, yeah, appreciate it.
Give
Any
him a
other
sho-
questions?
Did you give him a
That's it,
shovel?
thank you.
Okay, Kristen.
What was Anne Marie?
Just
you
with
give
the OSHA drug testing.
Yes.
I guess, are we not in compliance with that federally right
So-
now, or is that state, federal, where's?
So right now, the MSDS safety data sheets, they need to be updated, and it's a lot. I mean, it's all the fertilizers we use. It's all any type of aerosol spray, any type of motor oil, any type of liquid that our mechanic uses, all has to be kept up, and it's a lot. It's a lot to do, and if we were to get inspected, it could be. Well, I just want to be in
Yeah.
compliance.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question, like, if we were to get inspected right now, we would be looking at being potentially out of compliance.
I hope we're up, but I want to know we're up,
Yep.
up to par.
Ready?
Similar questions and answered. Potholes, biggest issue, I'm sure, because we saw 2 of them turn over. Does some of that get alleviated once we finish some construction on any of the roads?
Some of it
just
will.
a dumb question, but,
The 10,000 last year was gone before the end of July.
okay.
So tomorrow we'll have 2 crews on Pearl Street all day tomorrow.
Right.
So and again with oil prices, it's you don't know where it could go, but and then I'm into highway materials for asphalt. So then you're cutting into other stuff.
All right.
Sometimes I'm able to get LOSUP money, and when we do that, we use that for potholes sometimes, but we're not always able to get it.
Excellent. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Bev.
I just had one question on the waste collection. On this purchase service, garbage disposal. So far, as of the end of January, we spent $262,549.
That may not be accurate, Bev. Tony
That's-
could probably speak to that better, that it may be in a billing cycle type
Give
of
us,
thing.
give us a line. that we're looking at.
425.
We are a month behind? Yeah, 425.
425.
Okay. All right, thank you.
That fluctuates with the month. There's a lot more activity in May and June.
There's more activity in May and
May
June, so the
that
bills are higher?
Increases, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Andy?
First of all, nice job on
Yes.
the write-up and stuff. I mean, that's helpful.
Thank you.
I'm new to this, but not new to town. And my sense after looking at this and hearing from you, you're just getting by, and you seem like you're pretty frugal in terms of trying to make everything
We'll
work.
try.
And really, it's, some of these things are out of your control, right? I mean, we could come under budget if we don't have any snow in next year and all
Right.
that. I'm sure from a staffing perspective, you're spot on. I mean,
We're good. I mean, we do a lot. I mean,
Right.
we take, Quinn and Rich could speak to it, like, I don't think people realize how much banner work we do. It's almost become full-time. It's quite a bit, and then, we maintain all the schools, all the town buildings, mowing, 2 cemeteries, the sewer plant, all the pump stations. I believe we're 18 guys, and one of them's full-time transfer station, one of them's full-time mechanic. So we get by, but we're,
Because the roads, I mean, that was a rude awakening a couple of years ago when we looked at how much money we would need to fix or pave all
Oh,
the
yeah.
roads.
yeah,
And they're getting worse every year.
right.
And you're just having your guys.
This budget maintains
This
roughly
maintains-
mid-90s of miles of road.
Yeah. So that's, I think it's more of it's a revenue problem. We need more revenue to fix this stuff. So I just, nice job and
Appreciate it.
Bingo.
thanks for doing all you do.
Thank you.
Quinn?
Yeah, no, Frank, great job, and obviously Public Works, you guys kick butt around town, especially during the snowstorms. I'm out there myself, and you guys the roads are always pretty decent every time you guys are out there, so kudos to you and your team.
Thank you.
Just to put a little light onto some things, I know that you have been turning over your fleet, your vehicles, and what I mean by that is refurbishing them, which has been saving a lot of time and dollars, I'll say.
About $3 million in total with the refurbishes we did.
Right, so with the refurbishes, just to kind of put it in perspective, how long are we gonna get with the refurbishments on those trucks versus having to go out and actually physically buy because we're in need now?
Okay, so, they're about they're about 5 years into the 2, because Tony was still here, so I'm hopeful that we got 13 out of them the first time.
Yeah,
I was hoping to get 13 out of them.
okay.
And then we did another truck. We did 2 more. One of those is a 99 low mileage, so the body was shot, so we put a stainless steel body on it. The first 2 were steel bodies. I got away from that. I wasn't the director then. We're putting stainless steel bodies on now, in the hopes that when we go to purchase a new truck and replace those, we can take that stainless steel body off and put it on the new chassis, which would be a huge savings to the town. So if you buy steel, it's a little bit cheaper up front, but you're gonna pay when you go to replace that truck because you can't use that body again. So, that's my thought process.
Gotcha.
We're always trying to find ways to save money, within reason. I mean, stuff's expensive. These plow trucks now are about $300,000. 2003, I think they paid $180 for a new truck. So they've jumped up quite a bit, but we have a really good mechanic. He's I don't know how he did it this winter. I really don't, but he's kept everything running, and we have not sent anything out. Everything's been done in house. So, which is a big savings to the town. So.
Not in the minutes.
Okay.
Make sure that goes in the minutes.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
only thing I wanted to add.
Tracy?
What kind of revenues do you see coming in, like, for the dump? Do you see, like, people bringing in, like, the household items that people have to pay for and tires?
Yep. Off the top of my head, I don't have that number, but I did pull him for Quinn when he was on the board. and I don't remember them off the top. I can get you that. I can get you year to date where we are, what we're bringing in, like
Do we
through
see it like
through bulk.
growing every year or?
Well, since we started charging for bulk pickup,
Yep.
we've seen a slight decrease in bulk pickup, which is huge because now we're not paying
Garbage to-
for the garbage. You know what I mean? We're not paying on the other end of it.
Right.
So it did decrease it quite a bit. And then speaking with Anne Marie, and we're going to speak to the board about maybe stopping contractors from dumping. They pay, but it's a break even for us. So it's really, we're not making, you know what I mean? We're not making anything. So is it worth it for us to take contractors? You know, it's wear and tear on our hopper, and so it's going to be brought to the Public Works Board and the Board of Selectmen to see what their pleasure is. But it's just a thought I had to like try to, you know, if we're not making anything on it,
Right, why bother?
why bother? And they could take it to Shelton, to IWS has a facility there for contractors. But we have seen a decrease since we did the bulk. We've seen a decrease in bulk pickup stops. We used to get anywhere from 80 to 120 stops a month. It's down into the like 50s, 60s now.
Wow.
So,
Because
yeah.
people don't wanna pay.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, you don't get the repeat. We used to get, when it was free, you're supposed to get one pickup, and they would typically, you'd see the same addresses. So, you know, it's difficult.
That's all I have.
Okay,
Robin?
I don't have anything, but
thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you very much.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say good job this winter so
Thank you.
far. You guys have
Appreciate
been doing really awesome.
Yeah.
It's getting long.
And I've said it numerous times, and I'll say it again. We got the best public works in the valley. That's it.
They try.
Good job, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
It's been,
Appreciate it.
been something. Thank you.
Okay.
You might
So the next thing that we've got going on right now is revenues. We're going to hear from Jason on revenues.
Okay,
Thank you.
Is that for him?
It's
For everybody. That's our revenue sheet.
Revenue, sorry. Pay attention.
There you go. Okay, is everybody good? Anybody need to take a moment before we continue with revenues? Alright, we're just gonna roll right in. Alright, Jason, how are we looking for what I would consider one of the more important aspects of this budget, our revenues?
Perfect. I'll just run down the list here. Some stuff is pretty self-explanatory, but honestly, if there's any questions, just let me know.
Okay, before you start, with our property tax collection rate, is that at 96%?
A little bit higher than that. I think I spoke to Dana
90,
yesterday. She was at 90. I believe it was 98 and change.
98 and change, okay.
Right.
Okay. All right, continue.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. So property tax revenue, I'm just gonna go right down the list here. Property tax revenue, our grand list, as we all know, we had reval. Grand list increased 16.5 million, resulting in estimated property tax revenues of approximately 53 million. Prior year property tax, so that line item is projected revenue that we will collect in the next fiscal year that relates to like back taxes. We have a supplemental car tax, 500,000. Real estate conveyance fees, anytime obviously property transfers, 240,000. Property tax liens and interest, we're going to remain constant at 325. We have pistol permits. Those go through the police department. Fire marshal permits, Department of Public Works. I will address there was a question, about the transfer station, so I'll address it. You'll see it later on in the presentation. So we have some licenses and permits for Public Works, and then some parking stickers, so that little subcategory is 20,780. We have tuition, that's somebody that's out of district that attends our schools here. Any question on any of those top section of revenue line items before we move on?
So under the licenses and permits are actuals so far?
So I don't have the actuals there, but everything is trending. You see the monthly reports.
Right, yeah, it's trending up.
Everything is trending on target. There will not be any surprises, with the exception of interest income.
Okay.
Interest income is higher than we budgeted.
Okay. We haven't gotten there yet, so.
Yeah, I believe it's at the bottom.
Okay. All right, continue.
Okay.
I just have one real quick
Sure.
question. The tuition,
Yes.
you said that's for a student that, what was it? Can you repeat
Yeah,
that?
I
I'm
believe
sorry.
if a student attends our school district,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
there's some type of a fee that they pay.
Gotcha, okay.
It's an estimate. You know, we don't have 20 kids
Is
doing
that
this.
one student or is that a couple students? Do you know? off
Yeah,
the top of your
I
head?
don't know the exact
Okay.
dollar amount per student. That may be something to ask the Board of Ed when they
Okay.
give their
All right, fair
presentation.
enough. Yep.
I do know it's not 20 kids.
Gotcha.
From Derby or other districts attending our school. But
Gotcha. Okay. All right, thanks.
no problem. The next section, we literally got estimates from the state today. I want to say we got them about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and Anne-Marie and I, we went through this next section, the state government revenue, and she insisted that she give this part of the presentation, so I think I'm going to turn it over to her right now.
Okay. ECS, here we go.
Oh, it's more than
Okay, so as Jason said, did you put the numbers in here? I got my numbers right here. I got my numbers. We got our numbers, these aren't guaranteed because the governor's budget is not set yet. So I'm gonna go with, fiscal year 25, and fiscal year 26, and fiscal year 27, if that's okay with everybody. So you understand and everybody at home listening gets the understanding of where we're going. For our pilot program, that's property in lieu of taxes. That is for any state or federally owned properties that we have in town. The Callahan House, the Norma Ray House, Seymour Housing Authority, that would be property in lieu of taxes. The DOT garages. In fiscal year 25, they gave us $18,089. Fiscal year 26, they gave us $18,577. Fiscal year 27, the governor is giving us $17,252. The motor vehicle tax. Now, if you remember me speaking about this last year, when our mill rate goes above 32.46, the governor says, we'll cap the motor vehicle mill rate at 32.46. If your property tax is higher than that, then your mill rate is 32.46. There was a caveat in that bill that if your mill rate dropped below 32.46, then your car mill rate has to come down as well. Remember that we lost like $1.2 million last year in revenue? Okay, so the motor vehicle revenue they gave us in 25 was $700,665. In 26, they gave us $818,900. In fiscal year 27, they're giving us nothing.
What?
Nothing. Supplementary revenue sharing grant, they gave us nothing in 25, 26, and they're giving us nothing in 27. The Pequot Fund, in 25, they gave us $23,111. 26, they gave us $24,111. And 27, they're giving us $24,111. Town aids in road, This is where they help us with our roads. In 25, we got nothing. In 26, we got 399,067 cents. In 27, they're giving us, well, they're not really giving us, again, this is in the governor's projected budget, $399,067. In LoCIP, he kept us the same, 186,683 we received in 25. We received in 26 the 186,683, and the same thing for 27. Here's the big one: education cost sharing. In 25, he gave us 11,751,936. In 26, he gave us $11,911,911,359. In 27, he's giving us $11,911,359. For adult education, the reason why I'm gonna get back to these, I'm giving you all these numbers is because I got a big statement to say. Adult education, was 94,000. In 26, it was 76,000, and in 27, it's 76,000. So in 2025, in total, the state of Connecticut gave us $13,353,177. In 26, he gave us $13,716,914. In 27, he's giving us $12,895,879. This year, the state of Connecticut had the biggest surplus they have ever had. Ever had. There's enough money to fund everybody's municipality to the level of school funding that their Excel spreadsheet says that we should have. Right? And pay off the Eversource public benefit fee and have money left over. They're not doing that. For a state that says they care about our children's education, they're not giving us anything. For a state that says they care about our residents, they're not giving us anything, and the burden is coming onto our municipalities. And I'm going to leave this board with this. In order to have a zero rate increase in taxes, zero change in your mill rate, you need to cut $3 million from your budget. I've cut 1.5 so far. Last year, we did less than 1%. None of our roads got done. We have roads we have to do, we have schools we have to build, and we have schools that we have to educate. That's what I'll leave you with.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam First Select Woman.
All right, Jason, continue.
The First Select Woman, when she just did her presentation there, she listed some items that are not on your sheet because she listed some special revenue items. This is the general fund budget. She was just basically going over everything that we got from the governor's office today. Excuse me. If we do get an update to any of these figures, we will include them in her budget presentation on the, I think it's the 16th. Okay? So moving on down the list there, we have, we're at the bottom of the page here, we have some property tax loss. First Select Woman discussed the pilot program. And then we have some revenues from some of the departments in town. We have the clerk's office. This is just recording fees, dog license fees, and etc. Planning and zoning, $30,000 for the year. Board of Appeals. The big one is our building inspector. You can see the increase that we've had over the years. Just a ton of permits, a ton of building. We have this new online building permit platform that he was discussing when he was here last week. People seem to love it, and it works really well. So he is projecting, I talked to him today, $450,000 for the next fiscal year. Transfer station, back to the question that we had a little bit earlier while Frank was presenting. We do have, it's not a ton of revenue, but we do have some revenue broken out for residential, commercial, and then from the recycling program. The total of those three are projected to be 75,000. The recreation department, Mary spoke about this when she was here doing her presentation. Obviously, we have the basketball, we have money from the trips, but then again, go to pay the expenses. There's some summer camps, revenue, the senior citizen dues. I believe there was a question about the dues and the rate and potentially increasing that. Next section down below, we have the police admin fee. That's for private duty. You'll see the police officers on the side of the road, you know, when there's some type of construction going on. We bill, obviously everybody knows here, we have the new program, Jobs for
Jobs
Blue.
for Blue.
It's working fantastic. The direct deposit goes in the first or second business day of the following month. There's no more collecting going on the town side. There's no more accounts receivable. It's working very well. The town, there's no out-of-pocket cost to the town, and whatever percentage increase Jobs for Blue gets, the contractor pays directly.
Cool. Love it.
We have minor revenue and police reports and delinquent car fees and tax service fees. Community service ads, I think everybody gets the flyer, or at least has access to it. You'll see some advertising in there. We have some miscellaneous revenue and some parking fines. Sewer assessments, the next line item down. We kept that the same year over year as a projection, 180. The water assessment at 90,000, and then some interest on that as well. The general fund, interest on the general fund, we did, when I was in front of you guys last year, just a little bit of a recap. 4 years ago, we had interest income of approximately $7,500 for the year. We talked to our bank after switching banks. Pretty good partnership we have with M&T Bank. We're in a program there. We get a pretty decent interest. We negotiated back and forth with them, and they've taken care of us. So this fiscal year, I'm projecting to be somewhere between, I would say, 925 and 975. We have here budgeted 600, so there will be a little bit of a surplus there. Depending on what you read and what you hear in terms of the Fed cutting rates, I hear anywhere from 2 rate cuts over the next fiscal year, or rather the next calendar year, 2026, to potentially 4 or 5 rate cuts, depending on if you want to listen to Morningstar or whoever. But I do think we can get to 850 if we can kind of hold our rates, especially in January, February, March, and then July, August, September. So those are the months that we have the highest cash position in our accounts. And then we have the last line item there is the use of fund balance, the 55,000. I don't have the expenditure sheet with me, but that matches contingency. So whatever you see in the contingency expense line item is the 55,000 we use the fund balance to cover that. Historically, we're going to do so for the next fiscal year as well. Any questions on any of those line items? We're projecting some revenue here of 69.8 million.
Okay, so I definitely think that the interest general fund with $850,000 is very good. That is excellent.
Thank you.
Just looking through this, I mean, would you say that all of these revenues are comparable to what our actuals are now?
Absolutely, we are trending. I mean, you guys see the monthly report.
Right.
There's no issues in the trend. She's collecting 98 and change %.
Okay.
We did go over the prior year collections today. She had about $2 million, so I think we can get approximately 500 of that. At some point in time, they fall off and we can't collect anymore. I think it's after 10 years, which is the 40,000 you see on this report. The only, and I'll call it a little bit of a surprise, was the email that we got today with the state funding. I mean, it's flat. It's flat across the board here.
I mean, the thing that I just really don't understand with the state is that they're not taking into consideration the rate of inflation at all. You know, so I mean, we just keep getting short funded here every single year, and
We've been on the school side.
it just does not make sense. Anyhow, okay, we'll go down the line. Quinn?
I wasn't ready, but I don't have any questions right now. Just trying to soak this all in still.
We'll have another session where we deliberate, one of the deliberations.
Yeah, we'll deliberate on
be-
revenue separately.
Yeah, we'll be revenue, so.
Andy?
I guess my only question is, I guess during the deliberations, will we have a discussion on revenue opportunities? I mean, this is like, will have that? Okay, that's what I'm interested in.
Okay.
Bev?
I just had one question. We get a bottle tax rebate. Where does that show in these line items? From the
Oh, so,
state?
yeah.
The
so
NIPS thing, too?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a special revenue,
Right.
line item, so that doesn't show in the general fund. But we do, this is the general fund
But-
budget.
Right, yeah, okay.
Right, so, but we do receive some money back and we use it to buy like a sweeper for the, right, or brushes for the sweeper truck and things like that. That's what we can spend it on.
Okay.
So it's all earmarked fund,
There's-
it's earmarked money,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But it doesn't,
There's only certain things that we can spend that money on. And it has to be with keeping, it has to do with litter, right, or keeping things clean. So that money has to be spent on either sweepers, brushes for the sweepers, netting for the sewer grates to keep things out of the wastewater. That's about all it could be used for.
do you know how much we get per year, approximately?
It's not a lot.
Not a lot?
No.
We can have that ready for you.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
get that for you though.
Thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome. It's the same, we also receive some opioid funds, and then we also get from the dispensary in town, we get some sales tax revenue, but it's so limited on what you can spend it on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Betty
You're
Ann?
welcome.
Great job with this. It's interesting with the nip bottles. Wasn't aware of that, and maybe just an awareness of that in the future for everybody. When you say not a little, what does that mean?
20,000.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Kristen?
Those funds that we get for like opioids or anything, could that offset any of the like public works drug testing by any chance? No? Okay.
Great question.
No,
We,
can't.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That really is a
very
No,
good question.
and I only learned of it in talking to someone else about it. I can't switch it up.
fantastic question. We actually just reached out to the administrator of the opioid plant to see what we could possibly use it on, because we were trying to get some new AED machines for some of the first responders, and we were thinking, as we interpreted the language, that we could use some of those funds to put them in at least some of the chief's cars or in the first responders,
Right.
and they came back and they told us that those funds did not qualify, those purchases, so.
It just makes sense.
So the drone that disperses
The Narcan dispersing drone.
Yes.
Oh, for the
All right.
for the love
That's
of
kind
God.
of cool.
Who writes this stuff?
Some just shoot me now.
I mean, seriously. Okay, Mary.
I think these are kind of a comment, but it feels like we're in between the Fed and the state. Some of our costs have gone up because of federal policy, and then the state seems to be keeping their money in a
So-
little rainy day fund for them. So I'm just curious about, like,
No, that's,
Yeah.
that's a great question as well. The first select woman, when she gives her presentation, will have at least a total, maybe some type of a summary of the state mandates, and then you can see where the state funding didn't increase at all.
yeah, and where they put the money.
Don't.
Their money goes to their nonprofit organizations, which they want to do.
Nice. This is where we shut off all our mics.
Tracy.
So with the state funding, like, do we just say, okay, that's it, we're that's what we take, or does our state rep go try to help us with that?
So what the state funding happens is that is the budget, and the majority votes on the budget at the state of Connecticut. So the minorities and the majorities can fight and say no, 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 which you see is going on right now, because we're all up there fighting for us mayors, no matter what side of the aisle we sit on, are saying, you're not funding us properly. Our representatives, no matter what aisle they sit on, are not funding us properly. But majority up there say this is the governor's budget, and the governor's budget will vote on, and the governor will pass what he wants to pass.
So that number they give us, that's the number they give us.
That's the number
and
they
it's-
give us, even they can be up there fighting all night long on this
Yep.
budget.
Doesn't matter.
Ansonia didn't even get an increase. Derby didn't get an increase. There was, what was that one town? Harwinton?
Yeah, they got less.
No, there was only 2 towns.
Avon.
Avon. They got more money.
Avon?
Avon
They got-
went from 900,000 to 1.2 million or something.
They got all the money, they got all the
And then
money on the
one other
planet.
Very, very small town went from like 150 to 212.
So I don't understand I don't understand what they're thinking up there, but all I know is I've been reading a lot about, oh, we want our schools to be blue ribbon schools. There's enough money right now in the surplus that he has received to properly fund. 2013 was the last time we were properly funded. Ever since then, he has not given any increases as to the inflation rate to where we need to be. So it all falls back onto the taxpayers, just like the circuit breaker program, just like all these unfunded mandates have. And, you know, when we try to bring in businesses here, we get shot down. We can't bring in housing, we can't bring in the businesses because it's very impossible. It's almost impossible to do business here in the state of Connecticut. I was just on a call this morning testifying on the environmental with a company that's trying to come into into the state of Connecticut. And there's all these roadblocks because no one wants certain things in their backyard. I didn't want a mental health facility in my front yard, but it's bringing in taxes. We have to start looking at how we move Seymour forward, because in 20 years from now, Seymour is going to be dead if we cannot start bringing in Tri-Town is really not the answer.
Nope.
That is not going to bring in the tax dollars we need, just that one strip of mall. I went and I looked real quick, if I could, of Tri-Town when it was a grocery store in there, and I put an Ace Hardware in there because that was the size of an Adams. You know, Dana worked with me on that. We looked at it, it's about $800,000 worth of taxes. That's it. People want a Whole Foods? I would love a Whole Foods. People want a Stu Leonard's? I would love a Stu Leonard's, right? They're looking at 46,000 people. And they say, oh, well, we got Route 8 that drives by. You know, people, they don't look at that. They look at COVID. You have to look at your demographics. And even though we may pick people up, when you take that pendulum, you pick people up in Ansonia and Derby, right? But as soon as you swing it towards Woodbridge, Beacon Falls, Bethany, you start losing people, right? You don't have the people there. So they're not going to come to Seymour. In Tri-Town, it can't fit it. You're going to lose half that parking, and then you don't have enough parking to be in there. And I'll tell you right now, in 2 years, we're going to have a big issue because of the housing rules that are in that says that nothing has to go in front of planning and zoning anymore. They can put affordable housing wherever they want to do. So Seymour has to start acting now, or we're going to be told what comes into our front and backyards. So that's something we have to start doing.
What about Haynes?
What was that? Haynes?
Haynes.
Yes, we have a meeting on what's today?
It's Wednesday.
Thank you.
Or
The fourth. Today's the only. No, the fourth. No. It's May 4th. We have a meeting on Thursday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock with Haynes, and a couple of people about the road and the train station and a couple of things. So I think he's getting going, and I am looking at SIF grants, and I am looking at River Road. I know they're actively marketing the River Road where the Housatonic wire used to be and Seymour Lumber used to be. Seymour Lumber is not really actively, but Housatonic wire is.
So it looks like the guy in Tri-Town's using this as a tax write-off, and that's why he doesn't cooperate, 'cause the whole idea of having a ghost.
So,
It's the basic gist.
So, all right, I'm glad you brought up Tri-Town. So sorry, guys. I know, it's getting late. I am.
No, it's okay. That's what we're here to do.
we're here. It's okay.
2001. So Tri-Town has been empty since 2000. There's a 99-year lease on this that town, right? There's a ground lease. So we spoke to our town attorneys, we spoke to other attorneys, we spoke to other land attorneys about taking it by economic domain, right? Well, that's great. You could take it by economic domain. It'll take you 5 years, but you're still stuck with him on that ground lease because a ground lease never leaves a property. So we could take it from the Shaws, right? But we're still stuck with Mr. You know who on that ground lease. And he doesn't have to put anything on that property. And I'm meeting with somebody Friday morning who was looking at putting something in that property. He's going to give me an update because I said, where are we with this? You know, you're supposed to let me know in November. He goes, he didn't talk to me in November. He was supposed to let me know in December, and he didn't get back to him. So I don't know. Vox Church was a church that was supposed to go into the movie theater over there, but the building is not in a condition where Vox Church can go right into. And I know that they're in court right now, and that's public information because it's in the court system. And I know he was deposed, and I know he wasn't happy about being deposed. And they have a court case in April 2020, this coming April, so 2026. So we'll see. I mean, we have people who have been biting at the chomp that want to buy that plaza from the Shaws, but they cannot do that until they get him off the ground lease, and that's what they're fighting him in court right now with. So you're absolutely right, Mary. It is a tax write-off for him, because if he really gave a crap about that piece of property, he would actually have something in there now.
Right, but he benefits because it's a ghost.
He benefits because it's a ghost, and no matter who sat in this seat, Bob Kay, Paul Roy, myself, Kurt Miller, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything. He wants a tax abatement. You want a tax abatement, but you've not put anything in that property to get a tax abatement.
So he gets a tax write-off and a tax abaitment.
Oh, I'm not giving him a tax
No, he
abatement.
doesn't get an
He'll
abatement.
argue his taxes, because right now, there's something in the state that says if you're an absentee landlord, you get taxed at a higher rate.
Good.
Nope, because he's been fighting his taxes since day one. He's been fighting his tax appeals since day one. My taxes are too high, but my property is worth this, but my taxes are too high. So we go back and forth all day long, and I know this has turned into something different than finances, but it really is finances because it's the revenues of the town.
It's revenue.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, and I'm so sick and tired of rumors around town that, you know, come to a meeting and get the information, because we have absolutely nothing to hide. You know, you want to know? We'll tell you. I'm an open book, as everybody knows. I put my life out there. So,
Nothing we can do.
any other questions?
You know what, one other thing, I know all about that mental health facility, and they're a very high-end
They are.
program. And, you know, maybe that we might want to even consider having a step-down program here for people that have been in rehab, but like a decent women's program or something, and on the River Road, because it would be kind of go with, you know, maybe we can connect with some of the rehabs in town, in the state about that.
I would agree with you.
Not a halfway house, it would be like an actual step down for
rehabilitation.
women, yeah.
I am a big proponent of that, that and mental health.
I'm on your page.
Okay, Tracy, anything further? No? Robin? Okay. All right, with that, we're going to have an opportunity to deliberate on the revenues once we start to put this whole budget together, and we'll have our own date that we'll do that. So the way that it works is we'll do a deliberation on the expenditures, we'll do a deliberation on the revenues, and we'll deliberate on the Board of Ed, put it all together, and see where we go. Okay. Do you have anything further, Jason?
No.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we'll move to item number 5, public comment and discussion. Public comment part 2. Second public comment. Going once. Second public comment. Going twice. Second public comment going 3 times? No? All right, second public comment is closed. Item number 6, correspondence. You know my token line here. All right, nothing. New business. All right, so if we take a look on the schedule here, coming up next, we have a Board of Education budget presentation. And that is on Monday, March 9th at 7 p.m. And then after that, our first deliberation will be on Wednesday, March 11th. And we will deliberate on the Board of Education's budget at that time. Then, as we go through the schedule, Monday, March 16th, we have our first Select Woman's presentation. And then we will have another deliberation on Wednesday, March 18th. Then, March 19th, we will have our second public hearing. At that point, we should have a very good idea of what things are starting to look like, and that will be at 6:30 here. Okay, so I know the schedule here says 7 p.m. Please cross that out. It is 6:30. And then after that, we will have our final deliberation and our final vote to send whatever we come up with over to the annual town meeting, which is slated to occur on Tuesday, April 7th. Does anybody have any questions in regard to the schedule? Yeah. Might as well. Can't hurt.
The first one?
Yeah, because anything that we do, decide to change that night after the public hearing, we'll add in. And Jason, you bring your laptop. We'll plug in the numbers real time as we've been doing that, and then we'll have that opportunity on Monday, March 23rd, for our final deliberation to just go over everything one more final time before making the decision. Anybody have any questions or comments in regard to the schedule? New
The only time change is the second public hearing to 6:30.
to 6:30, correct?
And tonight, I apologize, I didn't know it was 6:30. Some people did.
Okay.
Me either.
All public hearings are at 6:30.
So we'll just make a point to update that.
Yes, just moving forward, if you see public hearing on any schedule, it is 6:30. All right. That's the only new business that we have is the schedule. Jason, do you have any other new business? You do not. So the time is 8:18. We are adjourned for the evening.